All right, so we got a request on my channel for a video of how to pre-flight a real Vision Jet. This video is for people who use the Vision Jet Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 only. This isn't a video to be used for any kind of real life purpose. This is just for flight simulation purpose. But anyway, I got a request to show how I pre-flight my real Vision Jet so that people can get kind of a sense of the differences between this and the Vision Jet and Flight Sim 2024. So let's go ahead and pre-flight it. I've got the checklist inside the plane here. And you can follow along while I do the pre-flight, which, as you know, starts inside the aircraft. We start with the cabin gust lock. There is no gust lock installed on the stick. Cabin door. We want to verify the hinges and the connections here. We want to verify the condition of the pressure seal all the way around the door. We want to verify the connection of the hinges here and the door status connection, the electrical connection here, and all the bolts and hinges here as well, and then down here. Egress window, verify it's secured, remove the pin. Seats, all seats should be secured and locked. Like I mentioned before, the seats are all removable, and so you want to just make sure that they're all locked in place. Passenger oxygen masks, those are up here. They're all stowed and the cover's on. Required documents, we've got the registration and airworthiness here, and then we've got the flight manual here. Those are required documents. Fuel control switch should be in auto. Alternate gear extension handle cover tab, this should be down. That's the alternate gear extension down there. Fire extinguisher is here, should be charged and stowed. Circuit breaker panels on the left and the right here. All the circuit breakers should be in. Landing gear, that's here down. Bolster switches, all off. Battery 2 switch on, and we verify that only the PFD and GTC1 and GTC2 start up. GTC3 and the MFE do not start up. All right, now that it's started, you can see it started in reversionary mode. We're going to verify the emergency bus voltage 24.6. It's got to be at least 23.5, so we're good there. Next, we turn on battery 1. That'll turn on the remaining GTC and the MFD. Okay, now that battery 1 is on, we'll verify that the oxygen pressure is good. We'll turn on the oxygen master switch. And that concludes our oxygen mask test. We'll verify that the mask mics are off. Probe heat, we'll turn it on, verify there's no CAS message here, turn it back off. And now we'll check the lights, so we'll turn on the strobe landing light. We don't really need to test the ice light, and it's under the door anyway, so we're not going to bother. We'll come around here, we got strobes, landing light, and nav light. We got a strobe and a nav light. Side we got strobe, landing light, and nav light, and then down here under the nose we got a nice bright landing light. So that concludes our lights test. Turn off the lights. Autopilot, we just want to turn it on, verify we've got indications here, press the disconnect, and then we've got audio and visual indication of a disconnect. Okay, fuel control switch, we want to test it on the left. We see left man, right man, and then back to auto. Now we can turn off battery 1 and 2. And then lastly, they want us to test the brakes. Cirrus has been getting really particular about brakes test ever since they've had a couple airplanes with brake issues, including mine. And we leave the master oxygen switch on, as you see here. Okay, coming out, we have an engine pre-flight, engine inlet pre-flight. So we step up on the wing here, and then we pull the cover, and we want to verify the condition of the engine inlet, make sure there's no debris and FOD, the condition of these two probes here that you can see, the PT2 and TT2 probes, as well as the first stage fan, which you can see there. So we'll discard the cover. Now, as I mentioned in my other video, this is when I like to come down and check the condition of the ground air inlet scoop, make sure it's good. And then we come here to the left forward wing, so we check the condition of the VG. And I'm not going to do it now, but we would drain the fuel from the collector drain over here. And then we check the condition of the boots and leading edge. We got the stall strip, verify there's no cracking or deformation along the boots. Then we come to the landing gear. Now, as I mentioned in the other video, I really like to get down and under and really check the condition of the landing gear. So the door is secure. Squat switch looks good. We've got springs here, here, and here that look good. We've got the hydraulic brake line here, and we've got the gear solenoid and piston and 2 hydraulic lines leading into it. We have electrical connections for the squat switch and the gear position switches, and those are all secure. And then of course the bay here is secure. So we do a lot of that checking down here on our back. Then we come over to the fuel tank drain, and we would check and make sure the quantity is what we expect, especially if we had just fueled. Now we would also check the condition of the fuel vent, which is here. Coming over to the side, we check the condition of the lights and the wingtip. Down here to the pitot probe, we can remove the cover and verify that the drain hole and pitot tube cover and the pitot inlet are all clear. Now onto the static wicks. 2 static wicks are in good condition. We've got the trim tab, it doesn't move, the aileron moves freely, and we've got connections, hinges we can check here, and a nut here that we can check. Flap is secure. And then on the back here, like I mentioned in the other video, we want to check the condition of the brake notch, the channel here, as well as the condition of the tire. Now we need to check the baggage. There's a couple circuit breakers and baggage that we need to check. So let's open up the baggage. And then inside here, we've got 1 circuit breaker panel here, and then another one here. We want to check those. We can check the condition of the interior of the baggage. You see I've got the cargo extend here. And then we've got some NACA inlets here and some luves here to check for debris and FOD. Antennas, we have antennas up here, and then some more down here to check the condition of. If you want more details, I mean, like I said, this is meant to be a follow-on to the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 video, so I'm not going through the purpose and function of each of the antennas as well as everything that I check and touch. We're just demonstrating the differences between the sim and real life. Cabin pressurization static port is clear. That's this blue thing right here, and then the external power port is closed. Like I said, it really snaps into position, so you don't have to worry about that. Over now to the empennage. We'll take out the cover, and then we want to verify the condition of the stators and the second LP turbine, which you can see back behind it. Also, like I said, verify there's no fuel pooling in this area here. Coming out of the stabilizers, we have the de-icers. We're verifying the condition of the boots, and then we're looking all along the stabilizers here at the nuts here, here, and here. We have our trim tab check here. We're looking at the condition of the rivets and the piano hinge. Coming around to the back, we can check the top side for the same stuff. 2 static wicks over there. Here's our ventral SAS fins. Verify they move opposite each other. A static wick for each of them. Same stuff on the other side. Static wicks, nuts, rivets, piano hinge, trim, boots. Taillights, condition of the taillights, secure. All right, same stuff on the right side. We've got 1 more air inlet here to check. And then we've got NACA inlets here, luves here. We have static ports on this side as well. And then 1 more cabin pressurization port here by the 2 OAT sensors in the transponder antenna. And then we're going to verify our oil. Not sure how well you can see that, but it's got to be between these 2 top and bottom nuts here. I'm not sure how well the camera's going to pick that up though. And checking the static port on this side reminded me that I missed it on the other side. So like a good pilot, if you miss something on the pre-flight, go back and check it. Static port looks good on this side. All right, coming now to the right wing. Right flap, secure. And then back underneath, check the tire. We got our brake channel, we got our tire condition. And then coming over to the aileron, we've got a window with a nut in it, a couple of hinges. Like I said in the video, this is our servo tab, so it moves opposite the aileron movement. And check the condition of the piano hinge, 2 static wicks. Over now to the wingtip. Lights, condition of the wingtip. Pitot probe, we'll remove 1 more cover. Check the condition of the pitot air inlet and drain hole. Down here, again, the fuel tank vent right there. Condition of the boots coming along, no cracking, no deformation, and stall strip, and the vortex generator here. Now down underneath, again, for a really good look at the landing gear, door security, squat switch. Underneath, 3 springs, piston and solenoid, 2 hydraulic inlets, brake hydraulics, electricals, electrical connections all the way into the fuselage strut. So we're verifying all of that looks good and as we expect it. And then condition of the tire, brake disc. And then again, I'm not going to sample fuel, but if we were going to sample fuel, we have the main tank drain here and the collector drain here. Which reminds me, we skipped the fuel vent, or sorry, the fuel cap. So I'll open it, verify we have the amount we expect, make sure it's closed and secured. Coming over here to the nose now, we've got the egress window. Make sure this lever is secured and flush. And then the air conditioning inlet here. We've got the windshield spray bar for the TKS fluid. Make sure it's clean. And then, like I've mentioned in other videos, we always keep that AOA cover installed until it's time to fly. With the AOA exposed, we just gently move it up and down, give it a little tug and make sure it's secure. We don't slap it around, it's very sensitive. And in fact, because I'm not going to go flying, I'm going to put that cover right back on again. Coming to the forward part of the nose, we have 4 lightning diverters here to check. 3 and 4, we have a windshield spray dome. You can barely see those little nozzles here where the TKS comes out for the weather radar. We've got our EVS camera here we can check, and then our nose gear. Again, we get up in there, check the condition of the doors. We've got our piston with solenoid with 2 hydraulic connections. We've got our weight on wheels switch and then the electrical connections for it. We've got our strut, of course, and then we just want to make sure that everything is secured. All the nuts are in place, nothing looks loose. Condition of the tire as well. And that's it. That's how we pre-flight the Vision Jet in real life. Now I want you all to remember that this is strictly for flight sim use only. This was done at the request of a flight simmer who wanted to see the difference between FS 2024 and real life. This is not to be used for any real life purpose. If you happen to find yourself flying a Vision Jet in real life, please refer to the official checklists as well as what you were taught in your training guides. But for those of you who are flying Microsoft Flight Simulator, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was informative. We'll see what happens with Sim Update 1. We might have some more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next.